YouTube! Greetings and salutations. It's your boy, Uncle Jid.
There he is.
West. You know who it is. Is he popping up out the back? Because he's a wizard. It's Curtis Magic. Curtis Magic coming at you. What's up, Jid? In the morning. Or in the afternoon.
Curtis in the morning.
Or in the late. What is Curtis like in the morning?
Or on Sunday. Sunday. I don't really wake up. Do you remember? Noon-ish.
Late in the mid-afternoon. So it's not really Sunday morning. It's Sunday noon.
Even when I wake up, I'm not really awake. You know what I mean?
Do you remember the hilarious, and those of you at home, I wonder if you remember the hilarious website Homestar Runner?
Yeah,
are you a fan?
Yeah.
Because I remember one time they were making fun of those monster truck announcers, like Sunday. Someday, he said, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fan of Homestar Runner, or you don't know anything about Homestar Runner, please go look up Homestar Runner, and you got to know about the cheat, and you got to know about Strong Bad and Strong Set. They're all right. They're all dopes.
The old school internet vid.
Old school, where you had to go H
Charlie
/ Maybe we'll get into some of our nostalgic reviews.
These reactions to old school internet. Yeah.
I mean, come on, just for us giggles and what have you. Woo. But we're so happy that you chimed in, checked in, tapped in, as I say, tapped in to us here on the channel. And
birth yourself through all the other options on YouTube and came to.
I mean, that is definitely a perspective. I believe you probably just opened up your browser and said, hey, what's on YouTube? Yeah. But thank you for checking in. Thank you for listening to myself and the Mrgij Man. Yes. We're out here, and once again, we are bringing you an episode of Cover to Cover. Now, this is our series where we take songs that people love, and then we find people who ruin them. I'm just kidding, not ruin, but enhance them, make them their own in some way. And so it is covers of your favorite songs. And this week's feature is from one of the biggest stars out on the streets these days, a man who needs no introduction, yet we will introduce him because you will have no understanding otherwise. That's right. And that is The Weeknd. And his
Friday,
phenomenal hit
Sunday.
His phenomenal hit Blinding Lights. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to try and become 100% truthful in this space.
Come at us.
I actually discovered this song not by listening to the radio, which I don't think anyone has radio anymore, but on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, I'm addicted to these dance crazes that pop off from time to time.
Right.
And Blinding Light, the intro has a very dude, it's got such an amazing retro 80s intro vibe. I'm feeling like you're driving to the mall with your homies on a Friday night to meet a girl who probably by Monday will be dating some other cat. I mean, that's how it is. You get that note in the locker.
In the back seat's got a boombox like this, just barely hang on to it.
And then
out the window.
She leaves. She gets the note you left in the locker, and she reads it in front of her friends and starts giggling. And you walk by because you got to get to Spanish.
Been there.
I digress.
Yeah.
So
we'll get through it.
As you know, Mrgij and I bring a contender to get into the battle arena of competition.
That's right.
And so this week, my contender, my champion, if you will,
please,
is a internet superstar, a YouTube heavyweight, Mr. Jared Halley. I hope it's not Haley, but I think it's Halley. And I'm a big fan of the acapella style cover. Now, I will admit that in Jared's cover, you may see some instruments, and you just got to deal with that. But for the most part, he's doing most of his vocalizations with his vocalization.
It's amazing.
So without any further ado, let's get into The Weeknd's Blinding Light by Mr. Jared Halley. And let's do it in 3, 2, 1.
I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through a drought. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just a touch, baby. I look around and see the city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust. Hey, hey, hey. I'm running out of time, 'cause I can see the sun light up the sky. So I hit the road in overdrive, baby. Oh, the city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. And I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust. I'm just calling back to let you know I can never say it on the phone. We'll never let you go this time. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch.
Yeah.
What's up, you guys? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it one of these bad boys and share it with a friend or two. As always, this cover is available to stream and download everywhere, along with all my other covers and originals. Just search Jared Halley in your preferred listening platform, or click the link in the description down below. A huge
Let's go, Jared Halley. What?
I mean,
I had no idea. Wow. Boop, 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 boop.
I
We got
mean,
more boxes than we got going. Man, he fantastic. Wow.
Okay.
Fantastic.
all right.
What a talent.
You're a fan.
So
You're a fan?
yeah, lots of things I can comment on. I'm trying to hit him quick. I don't want to belabor this, but I mean the voices. I'm glad he did the keyboard for the piano. Like the voice,
Yeah.
can't make a piano sound really like so.
Right,
don't
right.
Bother with it. Like let's have
Yeah.
it was so full. The whole track was so full,
Right.
and his lead synth, amazing. That was
Right.
great. His
Yeah.
choral, he had those choral crescendos were amazing.
Yeah.
I love were some of those boxes just for dancing?
Yes. That's one of the reasons I'm so in love with this dude, because some of them are literally like he does nothing in the upper boxes but dance, which is amazing.
Here, let me say, man, without shooting myself in the foot, for future submissions for myself, I'm gonna go ahead and say that he's tapped into something that I have not seen done, at least not done as well yet.
Okay.
Where there is an inherent sort of irony with doing these covers, especially if you're removed, unless if you're like, unless you're like I sound like this person, therefore I'm doing
Sure.
this is clearly like, no, there's a distance there style wise. Right. He's not the Weeknd.
Right.
What he accomplishes so well is in his vocals, particularly the lead vocals, he's singing legitimately, like he's singing passionately and taking it seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He doesn't sound like the Weeknd. He's more more musical theater a little bit. It sounds great.
Yes.
Sounds
Right.
But and with the other little boxes, he can be silly with it and therefore not take himself too seriously. He strikes that balance. So he pays respect to the song and the artist that he's covering while also not taking himself too seriously.
And as a vocalist yourself, I wanted you to speak to
the
difficulties with like recording harmonies. That's not easy. Harmonizing to me is magic anyway, but like nailing it.
Couple things about that. I don't know what he's working with sound equipment wise, or pitch correction, all that. I suspect though it's whatever he's doing. It's not like you hear auto tune, right?
Yeah, right.
So whatever he's doing, I mean, you can tell that there's a quality to his voice. You could tell like he has a great ear just inherently.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some tweaks here and there, because what's difficult is that there's this. It's the double-edged sword. When you harmonize with yourself, track on track, the blend is incredible, but the blips, the mistakes, the little bit flat, little bit sharp, that stands out all the more.
They're enhanced a little bit more. True.
It was, but no, it was a flawless recording as far as I'm concerned.
And
the rhythm was solid too. I got to mention that.
Oh yeah,
the sounds that he was making to make the beat and those kind of things, so good. And you have to be concise with those things. Yeah. Now, granted, we're not even talking about how the blinding of the light is clearly an indication of how closely we came to a nuclear altercation with Cuba. The Cuban Missile Crisis is, I mean, the whole song is an homage in some ways to like our avoidance, being blinded by the light. The light would have been blinding, and it would also have actually been blinding, and it probably would have eradicated, I don't know, 2/3 of the population of the country. Easily. But can I just be vulnerable and admit something?
Yeah, absolutely. Please. This is a safe space.
I didn't feel that. I didn't catch that until this cover. I didn't. Now it's so obvious, because like he's doing it's like he's got that Fallout Shelter.
I think the Weeknd, he's lyrically, he has this depth, but in reality, he's saying, I don't want to be out there politically in the streets. But you feel Jared sort of unlock that level for us and go,
I agree.
We can talk about what the song is really all about.
Right. That's right. And I'm glad he did.
That's all we have to say.
He gets out of the way.
And that's all we have to say about that. I mean, if you want to know more about the Cuban Missile Crisis, then obviously you got to watch, First Class, X-Men First Class. I mean, they cover it in there. So but I'm assuming that you have also brought someone to the table here.
I will say I'm very grateful that my submission for consideration is not someone who's trying to do the multi-talented sort of track on track great
one man band.
This is a duet of two very talented singers, but they're taking this in a little bit of a different direction.
I'm very curious. So let's get into it. That's a 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Hey, if you like us, you're going to like our new podcast that comes out every Monday, baby girl. So please check out the links we put in the description, and please, Danny, put your pants back on. Ooh, my bad. Hey, you know what time it is. It's time for Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. And it's an impersonation cover, which means that when you see a sign, you gotta do the voice on the sign on the spot as you sing. You start. All right.
I've been trying to call. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you could show me how to love. SpongeBob! Maybe. No, this is Patrick. I'm going through withdrawals.
Oh dear, you don't even have to do too much.
You can turn me on con solo un toque, baby.
Oh shit.
I look around and seem city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can't see clearly when you're gone.
And I said, ooh, I'm blinded by evil. Oh, I can't sleep until I feel evil.
And I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night.
Shit, I'm Scottish.
Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust.
You ready? Hey, you ready? Oh, yeah. Alright, so TikTok dance.
Is this what you want?
Is this what you want, you bastards? Oh, it's so hard to do this dance when there's a microphone in front of you.
Woo!
Alright, you ready? Here we go.
I'm just fucking trying to let you know. Can never say it on the phone. I will never let you go.
Yeah, there you go.
This time.
And I said
I trust that you can hear my mustache through the microphone.
Baby!
That was quite the hot and cold going from
From rock singer to Ron Swanson. Baby!
Ron Swanson and his friend Fetty Wap.
In like an alternate universe, they could be really good friends.
Let's go make some burgers.
We're three's us, there's three of us. We're weird as fuck and that's our deal.
Danny Padilla and Mason Sperling.
Oh man, I've actually seen. I believe it's Mason. Which one is the? Which one was the guy to the right? Was that Mason? Probably.
Yeah,
I'm just assuming. You don't know. Anyway, one of them. I think I've seen one of them before doing one of these amazing in the voice of, which is so hard on again.
Yeah.
You know, imagine I talk about it. We have a background in improv comedy, which I'm sure you're sick and tired of us saying, but so it is. And that is, well, there's a term we use in the, I don't know if it's politically correct anymore, but in the improv world, it's pimping someone out. It's essentially knowing that they have a skill, whether it's a voice or, you know, like they can sing or they have some kind of like specific impression that they do. And so you, in the course of the scene, will say, you know what, that sounds exactly how like Severus Snape would say it. How would Snape say, you know, like you, and then the person, because they're on stage and it's a live performance, all of a sudden they've got to then like do it. I've done it. I've had it done to me a few times. And so this is not an easy skill because the big thing is you don't want to stop singing the song and stay on, you know, beat and stay with the music. That's not easy to do. So.
Yeah, no, that's this. They really nailed it, didn't they? I mean,
they were fantastic.
They're both very good singers for one, just out of the gate.
And yeah, let me just say that, like vocally, yes, it's insanely impressive for someone to sing in the voice of a cartoon character, but then to make that in the voice of a character also not sound off key or flat, and then, you know, when whichever one did the rocker voice, I mean, good grief, that was like really in that high register.
Whoa.
It was fantastic.
He's a Adam Lambert there.
No, yes, very much.
He's got a lot of
and stylistically, they hit every kind of you know, like a varied group of styles there. Ron Swanson, oh gosh, brilliant. I will admit, I'm a little bit on the older side. I don't know who Merman is. Man. Okay. I've never seen that character before.
It's a funny voice though, regardless.
Right, Marvin the Martian, fantastic.
Of course,
obviously Fetty.
That was so good.
Man,
you know, and
wildly talented.
I think they had the right amount of fun with it too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
I don't want to see. Yeah. And I also don't want them to be so like it's so goofy that they can't get through it. They found the sweet spot.
No, absolutely, because on its own, musically, it was tight. Like there wasn't any. I wouldn't criticize and say, oh, this was because sometimes, let's be honest, especially like if you're watching SNL, obviously we've seen it on some of our improv stages. It's a person who clearly isn't musically talented, but whatever the performance is asking for them to sing or to do something musical, and it doesn't all, and that can sometimes, like, yes, it's funny, but it kind of takes away because you're just like, oh, that's so. And so the fact that they blended it so like expertly was fantastic.
Right.
Very good.
And to have that much fun and to bring that levity to such a kind of a deep and cringy subject like the Oedipal complex.
Yes.
I just thought was, you know, kudos to them.
Because you're blinded really by your own light. Your internal light is it's creating inside of you this vacuum that sucks all the energy towards yourself and obviously there were so many dictators over the course of human history that succumbed to that, and then people were succumbed to their malicious attacks.
It's true. And when you go back far enough into self-reflection, at what point do you merge with your mother? You know, it's a solid point. Puts a twist on self-love.
It really does. It's it's both enlightening and it is also you know, like maybe the purest form of where that darkness can come from.
Right. Which is, encapsulates the Weeknd.
Right. If that's what you want to get into, there are dozens of books and clearly so many episodes of Star Trek Next Generation that talk about edible compost. Right. So we don't need to get into it right now.
Exactly.
But hey, Madge, a fantastic contestant you brought into the dome to get down and fight.
Thank you. And likewise, this one is tough.
I personally don't know. I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to throw it out to the audience again. If you guys believe one was superior to the other, tell us in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe. I don't want to skip that part. Make sure you do those things. But I don't know. Do you have a winner? I don't think there was a clear.
It's really tough because on the one hand, you're like, I mean, Jared brought it for real, and he brought a true and very satisfying cover.
Right.
And that begs the question: do we want just a pure cover with a little bit of
isn't the nature of a cover
other thing? Yeah,
to be something different, to take some already in the zeitgeist intellectual property and then and put your own spin on it. So interesting. Very interesting. So we're gonna throw it out to you, Madge. What do you have to say to the people? Do you have any kind of words of wisdom?
Just want to say that I want to know what you have to say when you say what you have to say to what I say.
It's very self-reflective. It's very concentric circles.
We're mirroring each other.
So it's a Venn diagram, if you will.
Right.
I don't know if you will.
With very little outsideness and a lot of
it's right in that it's in that soft centery middle part, right? Is that what's happening? I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, once again, that you were willing to spend some time with us, that you were willing to hang out with us is amazing. Thank you for all the love. The comments are always so positive, always encouraging us. Thank you for liking the format that we use. It's not easy, quite honestly, to put together a show from two different parts of the country, but we love doing it. We're happy to offer it out to you. And so if you're interested, again, like I said, in seeing us grow, please hit the like and subscribe. We also have the Cash App. We also have the Patreon. If you're interested in being a Patreon or somebody just wanting to support the cause here to keep the channel going.
Operators are standing by.
They are virtual operators. Will virtually take whatever virtual cash you want to throw at them. So I think that's it for me. Anything else coming? Well, okay, Madge is already checked out, so we appreciate it. Check out all the Harry Mack content, all the cover for cover content. We even got some BTS out there. If you're a BTS fan, maybe we'll do a BTS cover. Who knows? I mean, they're out there. So once again, we're so grateful for your patronage and you're being a part of the fam here. Continue love and support. 2021, let's go out there and get it. Madge, we good?
We good.
3, 2, 1. Peace.
Yo, you know I'ma run this, kid. Shouts out to Curtis Magic and Uncle Jizz. Yeah, when I do my lyrics, dog, I'm repping for the faction. Hit them up online for the fly ass reactions. Yeah, out to him, I be giving mad love. Yo, shout to Uncle Jizz, I'ma give you the plug.